Hey, this is What Gamers Love, and welcome back to episode 4 of Journey Before Destination. This is my video log series on building an EVE empire as we try to grow our corp and do some fun internet spaceships together. So, wanted to move through this quickly. It's been a little bit over a week since I did the last one. Real life has been crazy busy for me with my work, and also got my second COVID shot last week, which totally knocked me on my butt. I feel like I had the flu for probably about 48 hours, and so yeah, just haven't had a ton of time to get to this. So it's been a little bit over a week, and in that time we have really been recruiting like crazy. It's been awesome. So I've got one guy in corp that has stepped up to really help out a lot, and so he's been doing some of the recruiting activities, and it has paid off. So between his activities and mine, the corp is now up to 43 members. I believe episode 3 we were around like 28 or so, so it's like 15 new members over the last probably week and a half at this point, since it's been over a week. So really happy with that. Corp is growing strong. We also have a lot of good participation. If you look at our member list, from the last 7 days, that guy's on vacation, but these people have all been on in the last couple days, and then in the last 24 hours, there's a solid 20 something names here. So we got a lot of people that are regularly playing. People are fleeting up. Pretty much everyone is flying together in our area. So we're doing, last week we did a PvP op where we did a low-sec roam, so that was pretty fun. We have some out-of-game alliances that had a wormhole under attack, so we rallied a quick fleet together to go and defend a timer. Good experience for people who needed to kind of learn some fleet like tactics, fleet operations, how to warp in line, jumping through wormholes, even going into low sec. Some of our noobs had never done that before, so it's a good time. We had one guy that unfortunately died to a gate camp. I think it was the day of the big update, and the new scenery in Old Man Star had led to a bunch of people gate camping that system, and that happened to be where we were trying to go through. So we sent one guy through as a scout, and he died to, I think, a insta-lock Gnosis in Tengu. So we had to fly a lot more jumps around to get where we were going, but we got to the wormhole for the defense timer, and no one showed up, so it was a blue balls event, but everyone had a good time, and it was good to kind of rally people together. And from that, it sounded like a lot of people are interested in learning PvP, so we've been working on corp doctrines. We're looking at flying kind of shield doctrine stuff, and so getting people to kind of learn some dynamics of how fleets work, the difference between running Logi, tackle, DPS, things like that. But a lot of the guys are super hungry for it. They're really enjoying it, so I think we might do a low-sec roam coming up this week. We've also been doing our normal mining fleets and also our mission standing fleets, so that's been really good. Some of our new recruits are actually some veteran players who are looking for less commitment than nullsec, but still want to help out with a corporation and grow something, and with noobs, so they've been really helpful with fits and answering questions, and overall just the community's been really fantastic. Another cool thing on recruiting and HR is that we formalized the alliance maybe a week and a half ago, so that I could have a holding corp put together. So we had the AIP holding corp, and then over the last week we've had 2 new member corporations join the alliance. Legend of Rogue X, I think they've got 17 or so players, 18 players, and they're pretty active. They're also in the Metropolis area, fairly close to us. And then we've got this other corporation from Thailand, Mi Pin Rai, which I think is a 6-member corp, and they're flying with us in our pocket, but they wanted to stay a separate corp since they've got their own BPO library, and just for protecting that. So all in, from 28 players to now, the alliance itself has got upwards of 60 to 70 players, is pretty sizable, and it's been really awesome to see. So going over our goals, last week our big goal was to get the raitaru into our hands and get everything set up. And so we got the raitaru. That ended up not being a problem. The guy held true to his word. He sent us the raitaru as expected. We gave him the ISK ransom back, and he's going to stay in the space and kind of work alongside us. So really cool guy, kind of cool the way everything played out, and ended up kind of being a win-win for everyone. So Raitaru is now in our hands, so we've got both the Athenor and the Raitaru in our home pocket. And I'll tell you one thing that's really annoying with Eve is the access lists are super clunky and difficult to work with, but I think I got everything finally set up right. And then the next step was to get the BPO library up, so I got that working over this past weekend. Again, that should be easier than it is, but once you play with all the roles and settings, you can make it happen. It just ended up kind of being a pain in the butt, and I had to do a fair bit of trial and error for that, but feel good with that. BPOs are set up, people are running some copy jobs, and then also some people are helping out with researching some of the BPOs to get them fully researched. So that is ongoing. We're also all doing mining when we can. People are building up some ore reserves, and got a few guys that are pitching in with doing builds for our doctrine ships. So we've got some ships being cooked, which will prep us for some of our goals for this coming week. So this week, big goal is, we've had this massive influx of new players, is to get everyone onboarded, get the new players comfortable with Eve and having fun, get some of the returning vets to be involved and also enjoying their time. I mean, that's really the main focus with a lot of my gameplay, is creating content for the group so that people are having fun, they're engaged with the game, we're all having a good time, and keeping people sticky to both Eve, the game itself, but also the corp, just through that kind of camaraderie and stuff. So it's been going well, and this week we'll continue that. Like I said, we've got a low sec roam coming up this week, which should be a lot of fun. We also have a mission standing fleet that we'll be doing, I think, on Thursday. A lot of guys will get together. One of the new recruits who's a returning vet, he'll be pulling level 4s, and we're all just going to basically blitz through the level 4s as fast as we can as a team, and share the standings for everyone. And we're also going to take the ISK rewards for an hour that we do that to donate to the corp to help pay for fuel costs and SRP and things like that. So those will be 2 great events. And then we also have little random kind of fleets happening here and there. We're currently got a mining fleet going on where some guys are just like, hey, let's go mine some rocks, I've got some time. And so that's what we're doing. And with the kind of steady group that there always seems to be someone on, there's just been a lot of really good activity, which is always encouraging. So last thing I just wanted to touch on is personally in the game, I haven't been able to play very much, but one of the things I've been doing, aside from getting a few really good DED 510 site runs where I got some good loot drops, I've been working on just managing a lot of my own characters and assets. I actually picked up this guy on the character bazaar because he's got an old original date. His, I think, original employment history was nothing for 6,200 days. So I was like, that's super cool. So I've actually turned him with this awesome name into being my orca boosting character, and I've been shuffling some skills around. So I've got less alts, but alts that are more focused in what they do. So I've got dedicated miner booster. I've got another one that's a hauler, trader, and producer. I've got my core skills subcap for PvE, PvP. Then I've got like a PvP specialist that I'll be moving from nullsec probably into the corp now that we're doing some PvP activity. So I've spent a fair bit of time just doing some skill extractions and re-injections to shuffle skills around, and then I've also been selling like dead assets or assets in other parts of space, which has been good just to try to keep the wallet nice and healthy. Certainly in the early stages of building a corp, you spend a lot of money trying to build things out and get things going, and that has definitely been the case here. I'm hopeful that now we kind of have this critical mass of new players that the corp wallet will start to grow a little bit and can help support some of the corp's ongoing costs, and will be less dependent on my wallet. But it's been, I think, a really good start so far. So very pleased with that. And I'm going to wrap up for the week there. Again, if you guys could please like and subscribe, that really helps me grow the channel. And then if you check, I'll put a link up here at the end. Some of my quick tip videos, I think those are super helpful, and check it out. Thanks. See you next time.